So I went to switch on the key, and this is what happens. You can see all the buttons all flashing up, the backlight is also flashing, and you can also hear this ticking sound coming from around the ECU area. Now I assumed immediately that the issue has to be related with electrics, obviously, because of the flashing dashboard. So the first thing that I did is check out the battery. Now the battery on this Hypermotard is located under the ECU itself. So all we need to do is undo this rubber. And the battery will reveal itself under this little rubber pocket. So next thing, I grabbed my voltmeter. Now yes, this is not the most accurate way to check your battery, because you also need to check your cold cranking amps, but it is usually a very good indicator of the battery health. So let's switch it on and let's see how much voltage the battery is giving out. So the battery is actually looking kind of healthy because it is giving out 12.7 volts. But let's turn on the key and see what happens to that voltage. So yeah, as soon as I switched on the keys, the voltage dropped to 5-6 volts. So yeah, I'm guessing the battery is pretty dead at this point. And it is definitely not going to crank with that voltage. So next step, undo the battery, go to the shop and try to find an exact same model. So we are actually back from the shop and we've gotten our new battery, which is a full bat FT14B4, and it's a gel battery, not the conventional lead acid, because they didn't have in stock, unfortunately. Also, one other thing to note is that this is slightly bigger even in its size. So if we put them side by side, we can see that this battery, the new one, is slightly higher. I don't think we will have fitment issues, but we'll check about that a bit later. But other than that, width wise, it is exactly the same size. So it's just a bit of a height difference. The battery being also a bit bigger, we have more cranking amps also than this one. So this will really help us, as the Hypermotard already has some problems with starting. And honestly, I didn't go for the lithium-ion battery route because first of all, I don't know if the regulator rectifier supports that, and also because it is way too costly. Lithium battery, probably for this bike, costs over 150 euro. This one I bought around for 60 to 70 euro. So yeah, it's a big price difference, and the money difference that I saved from the battery, I'm gonna be using them to buy some engine protectors. So with that being said, let's put the new battery on the bike and let's see if that slight height difference will cause us any fitment issues. So this bike has this little plastic enclosure here for the battery. So let's see if the height of the new battery will affect it. So as we can see here, it's already slightly bigger than the rubber cover, but let's see if it fits in its position. Okay, so it seems that we don't have any fitment issues. Yes, it fits a bit snugly, but I don't see an issue with that. So let us connect the terminals. Okay, so our new battery is fully set up now, and we've managed also to put the ECU back into its place, and as far as I can see, we have absolutely no fitment issues. So the battery fit actually very snug in its place. It's not moving at all, which I think it's pretty great. So one last thing to do is let us switch on the bike and see if this actually made any difference. Okay, wow, what a big relief that was, seeing the bike start after a battery replacement, and we didn't have any issues with the ECU. So thankfully that was a very easy repair, just a battery replacement. So if you guys notice the same issues, before panicking like I did, just check your battery voltage first, and hopefully the battery is your issue and not the coils overvolting the ECU. Now if you guys want to do the same as I did, and you may want to install a slightly larger battery, in my case it fit really nice, snug and tight, but you can bend a little bit this bracket here so your new battery may fit. Obviously don't get a really large battery, but yeah, after this event my next priority is definitely gonna be replacing the coils. I have two new ones here, they are still sealed, and also while doing the coils we'll also be replacing the spark plugs. So yeah, thanks guys for watching and good luck with your repairs. See you on the next one.